First at 4, public corruption charges against a high-powered couple in Lansing. You'll hear the Attorney General lay out all of the allegations. Also, teddy bears and gun safety, an emotional visit for Detroit police officers to an elementary school. Plus, here's Kim.
Well, we lost our sunshine, but we're keeping the mild temperatures as we'll be in the low 40s for the rest of the evening. Then warmer air for the weekend. I'll have your Christmas forecast in just a few minutes.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon to you, and thanks for joining me. I'm Christy McDonald in for Karen Drew. First at 4 today, new public corruption charges out of Lansing just announced in the past 90 minutes. Attorney General Dana Nessel targets 2 power brokers in the state capitol. So let's get to Kimberly Gill in the newsroom for the charges, and we will hear from the Attorney General.
That's
Kim?
right. Hi, Christy. Good afternoon to you. The names Rob and Ann Menard may not sound familiar to everybody, but they used to operate at the very center of the power in the state capitol. Both the husband and wife worked for former House Speaker Lee Chatfield. They also ran a political consulting firm, and Nessel says they used their positions to exploit nonprofits and other groups to enrich themselves.
We allege that the Menards financially exploited and/or defrauded these entities through a sophisticated pattern of improper reimbursements, double billing, misrepresenting expenses, and falsifying records.
Now, the couple faces several counts, including conducting a criminal enterprise, conspiracy to conduct a criminal enterprise, and filing false tax returns. Nessel alleges the Menards illegally made $525,000 in the years between 2018 and 2020. For those unfamiliar with the couple, the AG explained their place in Michigan's political landscape. Listen.
They are Lansing power brokers who choose their clients and undertakings and who boast tremendous access in the realms of government and campaign politics and have the ability to sway public policy, political strategy, and have demonstrated high aptitudes for campaign fundraising. And the evidence uncovered to date supports allegations that the Menards use these professional contractual relationships to financially enrich themselves in a way not permissible within the law.
Now, the Attorney General herself points out the Menards are innocent until proven guilty. We're told the investigation continues, and right now, Local 4's Mara McDonald continues to dig into the announcement, and she'll continue our coverage when you join us for Local 4 News at 5 o'clock. For now, Christy, we'll send it back to you.
All right. Thanks so much, Kim. Detroit police just released new information on a police shooting that left a driver dead on Detroit's west side. We have many more details now about that driver. Here's the background for you. The shooting happened last night at Fenkel and the Southfield Service Drive. Police tell us they pulled over a car after the driver failed to use a turn signal. Well, during the stop, the driver, who did not have a license, tried to pull away, and one officer threw his leg into the car trying to step on the brakes. Police say the officer's partner tried to use a taser, but the driver kept trying to get away. One officer, fearing for their safety, fired his weapon. The driver died at the hospital. Now, within the last hour, police released new information saying they found a Glock gun in the front driver's seat floorboard. The driver was also already facing other criminal charges. He was out on bond and was not allowed to have a weapon. Officers also recovered large amounts of narcotics and cash from the car. Officer who tried to stop the car was taken to the hospital but should make a full recovery. Police say they will release video of this confrontation within 45 days. Well, there was a touching moment inside of a Detroit school today connected to gun safety. Teddy bears were handed out to the young students in this class at John R. King Academics and Performing Arts. Their 5-year-old classmate accidentally shot himself back on December 10th at home when he found an unsecured gun. Well, down the hall from there, Detroit police were holding an event for students at the school to deliver a vital gun safety message.
Oh, the gun safety, yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's huge. Gun safety, I mean, we have to be on top of that. It's huge. I mean, we have to keep the guns out of the children's hands. I mean, it's our responsibility. They're children. If we leave them out, something's going to happen.
DPD is also working to bring gifts, things like gift cards and bikes, to some of the kids and their parents at the event today. And then later, officers went into neighborhoods to also deliver gifts to some families in need. All right, well, it is a big night for students, parents, and staff in the Westland Community School District. They expect to find out how the district will solve a very big budget crisis. The chief financial officer says spending increases and some accounting mistakes left the schools facing a $23 million deficit. Officials have been looking at cutting about 20 jobs in the new year. They haven't offered specifics, but have said the positions won't impact essential educational services. The meeting starts at 5 o'clock today at the John Glenn High School auditorium. All right, well, we are 4 days from Christmas and less than 7 hours from the official start of winter. It really doesn't feel like it, though, outside. Temperatures are in the 40s as we take a live look at downtown Detroit and all of those great skaters there on the rink at Campus Martius. Former meteorologist Kim Adams standing by with our first forecast. Hi, Kim.
Hi there. Well, we have temperatures this afternoon in the 40s, above normal for this time of year, and we're not done there. We've got very warm air ahead for Christmas. Tomorrow we go right back into the low 40s, but the difference is that not only do we have some clouds, but later on in the day we'll also get some rain. A good part of the day will be dry. There could be a sprinkle or two here or there, but the heavier rain does hold off until later on tomorrow night. We're thinking at this point after 8 or 9 o'clock at night. Take a look at this temperature trend. Can you believe this? By Christmas Eve, it's 50 degrees, 52 Christmas Day, and we stay in the 50s for Tuesday as well. We'll talk more about the two chances we have for rain, one tomorrow and one on Christmas, and we'll do that in a few minutes.
All right, sounds good. We'll see you then, Kim. Thanks. A mass shooting in Europe is making headlines around the world this afternoon, and right now there are a lot of questions surrounding that deadly attack in the Czech Republic. Police in Prague say a lone gunman opened fire in the philosophy department of Charles University. At least 15 people died, 20 more are injured. The gunman also died. Police say he was a student, but they could not offer any information on a possible motive. They say it looks like the shooter also killed his father in his hometown just west of the city. So far, police aren't saying if his death was a suicide or if he was shot to death. The investigation is ongoing, but police believe the threat is over. Justices on Colorado's Supreme Court are being targeted with a flood of threats since the majority ruled that former President Donald Trump should not be on the state's primary ballot. NBC News has obtained a report from a nonprofit that conducts public interest research. It found, quote, significant violent rhetoric against the justices and some Democrats on social media. So far, we have not seen a comment from the former president or his campaign. Former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani has now filed for bankruptcy. The move comes just days after he was ordered to pay $148 million in a defamation lawsuit. His debts include that judgment, tax liabilities, money he owes to lawyers, and further potential legal penalties. In total, Giuliani says he's $153 million in debt. The filing also says he has assets worth up to $10 million. One advisor says filing Chapter 11 will give Giuliani time to pursue an appeal in that defamation case, and it provides transparency about his finances. Well, it was a beautiful reunion today at Sinai Grace Hospital as a Detroit man gets to thank another for saving his life. It all happened just outside of a restaurant when one worker trained in CPR acted fast. Today it was a celebration along with the ER docs who stepped in to save a life.
I walked outside, I pushed the door open, and I just felt air, and I collapsed.
54-year-old Derek Ballard reliving the moments he went into cardiac arrest at Sinai Grace Hospital today. He collapsed outside of a restaurant, and it was Tony Washington who just arrived for his shift and started CPR.
I never, ever in my life, seen a person have a heart attack or nothing like that from, I done hear people have seizures at bars I worked at, but never a heart attack. So, when he checked his pulse, and it was his heart ain't beating. I can't get no heartbeat, so I'm just man, push his chest. And then by that time, they was on the phone with EMS, and they're like, can you try CPR? I'm like, okay, somebody got to do it.
Tony got 911 operators on the phone to talk him through it.
I appreciate y'all. Y'all made my memory come back.
That's because he learned CPR in high school, something he'd never used before.
It's like a little skill that you want to know. You ain't got to be a doctor to know everything.
Out of hospital cardiac arrest survival is, just under 10% in Michigan, and this is a huge story to get out, the importance of hands-only CPR and knowing it.
The value of knowing CPR and saving a life is definitely a celebration.
I'm just thankful to be here, because I know if it wasn't for this young man right here, I wouldn't be here, and just blessed to be here. Thank God every day I wake up. Thank you, Jesus.
And Derek also received a coin from the Detroit East Medical Control Authority, and that is an organization that tracks out-of-hospital cardiac arrests and works to improve survival rates.